With that, let's turn to Republican Congressman Mike Johnson. He is also on the Judiciary Committee. Congressman, thank you for coming on. Appreciate it.
Hey, thanks, Chuck. Thanks for having me.
Let me start with this based on what we've seen out of Judiciary. Do you think the president might be making a mistake here by not having counsel there, by not participating in this process?
No, I think the mistake, as you were just alluding to when my good friend and colleague, Representative Dean, was speaking here, is that there's a lot left to be looked into here. I think there are a lot of stones unturned. We are actually pretty surprised on the Republican side that this looks like political malpractice on Speaker Pelosi's part. I don't think she wanted to go down this road, but she's been forced to it. And I think, as was said in the hearing yesterday, Professor Turley, I think, said very well, this is the thinnest record and the shortest fuse that's ever been used for impeachment. It sets a very dangerous precedent for the future of our republic.
Isn't part of the problem, though, the argument that Democrats are making and will make is there are stones they'd like to turn over, but they're not getting legal cooperation, if you will, from the White House. There's no interest at all in participating in this process, even to produce documents. If you've got exculpatory evidence, produce the exculpatory evidence. I mean, that's been part of the problem here. Don't they have a fair argument on that?
The president released the transcript because he's very confident in the underlying facts. The problem we have on the House Judiciary Committee is that even though we're the committee with appropriate jurisdiction over impeachment, we're not allowed access to the underlying evidence. We can't review it. It's kind of absurd to think that the people that actually have to vote on articles of impeachment are not allowed to see the full record that Adam Schiff and his group gathered. We don't know why that is. I think they may be trying to hide something. So I don't think there are stones left to be
Jim Jordan,
from the White House.
In fairness, Jim Jordan, I mean, I believe you guys had all that access to it during that investigation.
No.
Jim Jordan was on both Intel and this. I mean, you guys have
Jim was,
plenty of access to this.
No, Jim and John Ratcliffe are on that, but they can't talk to us about things they heard and saw in the basement. And that's a real problem here, and that's why our expert yesterday said, you're going too fast. He talked to the Democrats. He said, I'm not even a Trump voter or a Trump supporter. I'm telling you, I'm worried about the procedure and the precedent that you're setting here.
I'm curious, when you woke up this morning and saw that Rudy Giuliani was traveling around Ukraine right now while under investigation in New York by Southern District of New York, and a big player in this saga, as somebody who's trying to defend the president here, did you find that to be a difficult story to read?
Look, Rudy Giuliani's a private citizen. The rumor we're told is that he's over there working on a documentary. He has every right to do that. You know, I don't have any control, but he's not relevant. He's not the one that they're trying to impeach, of course. It's the President of the United States.
Well, he's certainly a relevant witness. He's a relevant player. His name and phone number are everywhere on this impeachment investigation.
Well, he's the president's private counsel, and of course the president has the right to hire any attorney, whomever he wants. That's his prerogative as an individual and as a citizen. And so, look, I can't speak for what Rudy Giuliani has done or said or what he's doing this week. What I'm focused on is this impeachment charade, and I think the American people are losing their patience with this. I know when I did town halls back in my district back on Monday, we had a cross-section of the community, and everybody said they're really sick of this. They're sick of the partisanship. They're sick of watching this unfold. And I was as I said, I think the Democrats are making a grave mistake here.
I hear you. One other thing I wanted to ask you about was Devin Nunes and the fact that he was basically the ranking member during the impeachment inquiry, and it turned out he might have been compromised or might have been nervous about that. Are you at all concerned that he didn't have the best interests of everybody there, but maybe himself while being ranking member?
Not at all. I have the highest respect for my colleague Devin Nunes. I think he's done a great job, and he's been under constant assault by the mainstream media to the point where he's even had to file lawsuits to protect his own integrity and his reputation. So it's a shameful point that we've come to in our politics here. It's the politics of personal destruction, and I just hate that he's being drugged through that.
You think he should be, you think he should stop participating in responding to the politics of personal destruction? I mean, he's certainly been a participator in this as well. I mean, there aren't a lot of clean hands these days.
No, there are not a lot of clean hands, and that's part of the problem. I don't know how we put this genie back in the bottle. I mean, we have to govern this country, and in a constitutional republic, one of the things that's presupposed is that people are going to get together and be willing to work together, and we're losing that ability here, and I'm deeply concerned about it, Chuck.
I don't think you're alone on that front. Sadly, it might be one of the few bipartisan pieces of agreement there is these days in Washington, D.C. Congressman Mike Johnson, Republican from Louisiana, thank you for coming on and sharing your views. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Chuck.